The Sunday Play. We present Hugh Williams, Juno Tobin, and Einan Evans in Plaintiff in a Pretty Hat by Hugh and Margaret Williams, adapted for radio by Peggy Wells.
Come along in, Susan. Will sardine sandwiches be all right?
Lovely. Thank you, Max.
Sardine sandwiches, Watkin. Quickly as you can. Watkin will bring the sandwiches up. Now, is it cold in here?
No, I don't think so.
Perhaps I'd better switch the fire on.
Yes, it's more cosy.
There. You better sit on the mattress. It's the only comfortable thing in the room. We had to lug it up from downstairs. Shall I draw the curtains?
No, don't. It's nice to see the lights outside.
You look very pretty sitting there, Susan.
That's what I intended, but I wasn't quite sure. Max, why haven't you brought me here before?
I thought you'd hate it. We do.
Who does the house belong to?
The chap in the Foreign Office.
A bachelor?
I think so, yes.
Obviously. Where is he?
No one seems to know. Abroad somewhere.
I must say, the sitting room rather gives you that I've been here before feeling, doesn't it?
Personally, it gives me that I don't want to come here again feeling. But how do you mean?
Well, it's terribly London SW1, isn't it?
Ah, is that what it is?
You know, Regency stripes and flowers dying in window boxes. There are scores of rooms exactly like this within 200 or 300 yards of here. All exactly the same. Same shape, same size, same colour, same antiques, same everything. And the same caterers men in white coats to do all the cocktail parties.
How awful, and so confusing.
Well, look what happened the other evening. Poor old Sybil Pennant made her excuses to someone she thought was her hostess for leaving early, told everyone she was going because there wasn't enough to drink, and swept out of her own party in the hell of a temper and someone else's mink. That was the most terrible thing when people tried to explain. It's a pack of lies, shouted Sybil. If this were my house, it would be my party, and if it were my party, most of you wouldn't have been invited. She still hasn't returned the coat, and now the woman's going to prosecute. Are you listening to me?
Mostly looking at you. What about a drink?
Thank you, Max. Yes, please.
What pretty manners you have.
Manners make it man.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. What would you like?
What are you offering?
Champagne? Not exactly ice, but I always think they serve it too cold. Gin and tonic, beer, or a Danish schnapps, and then a bottle of hock with the sardines. Or a Moselle, or a white Bordeaux, or...
Your being in the wine trade certainly has advantages.
My father thinks so.
I think I'd like some champagne, please.
Pink?
Oh, yes. Are we going to celebrate something?
No, I just thought the colour would suit you.
But pink champagne's very much for an occasion, isn't it?
Is it? I don't think so.
Oh, yes. It's nearly always a sign they're going to propose when they order pink champagne.
Oh, really?
It's not always a proposal, of course. Sometimes it's just a proposition. Anyway, it generally means that something's up. But I suppose it doesn't mean anything if you're in the trade. It's just sort of ordinary, everyday stuff. What's the man in the wine trade called? How do you mean? Well, what are you, a wine bibber?
Oh, I see. I'm a wine and spirit merchant, or a free vintner, if you prefer it.
Oh, of course, yes. What is it that the vintners find to buy, one half so precious as the stuff they sell? Vintner's much jollier, isn't it?
Here you are. I'm anxious to try this wine. We've shipped rather a lot of it.
There you are. You're just sampling.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You've just made it quite clear this isn't an occasion. We've got nothing to celebrate. If it's just a wine-tasting session, why ask me? I'm not a vintner.
No, but you said you'd had a lot of experience of this wine, so I'd like to have your opinion of it. Good health.
You already know my opinion of it. It usually leads to complications.
Then have some beer instead.
Another opinion I have is that you've been in a funny mood all the evening, sort of secretive and flustered, then wanting to come back here. Did you know your father was going to be out?
I did, yes.
Did you by any chance send him out?
I did, yes.
And pink champagne, I think the whole thing has tremendous possibilities.
There you are. Now you've got beer and champagne. Choose which you want.
I'll have the pink champagne, please, Max.
The sandwiches. Thank you, Watkin. Lady Susan's just made me open a bottle of beer by mistake. Would you like it?
Good evening, my lady. That's very kind of you, my lord, but I've got a glass of whiskey downstairs. Thank you all the same.
Seems a pity to waste it.
Well, it's your own fault, Max. You shouldn't have been so stupid as to think I'd change my mind. I never change my mind.
Is there anything else I can get you, my lord?
Nothing, thank you, Watkin.
Then I'll draw the curtain.
No, don't bother, thank you. Lady Susan admires our view.
Really, my lady?
You sound as though you don't agree with me.
I can't say that I do, my lady. If you want a view, you shall come to Llandrian Castle. Westwards, across the Welsh mountains, and to the east, across Offa's Dyke, the River Wye, and Little England, and the morning sun. Only outlooks are here in London.
I've talked to you on the telephone, haven't I?
Regularly, my lady.
Do you know what my father's doing this evening?
Well, he said he was going to the House of Lords until I reminded him that Parliament hadn't yet reassembled. Then he said he'd go to his club.
Did he say what time he'd be back?
No, my lord. He said he'd probably play bridge, and if he won a bit early, he'd have some oysters and go to the pictures.
Have you been in all the evening?
Except for half an hour when I took the dogs out. No messages. Then I listened to the wireless. Sibelius Fifth from the Festival Hall.
Oh, that's where we've been. What did you think of it?
Oh, well enough balanced concert, my lady, but I was a little bit disappointed with the Sibelius. I've heard it done better. He took the third movement a little too slowly. No, I've heard it done better.
Oh, dear. And I thought it so wonderful.
So it is. So it is indeed. The fifth is always wonderful, no matter who the conductor is. But being what I am, which is a silly old man, I enjoy it just that little bit more if I can find something to pick on and have a little grumble about. I'd have made a proper old music critic.
Why did you call it Little England just now?
Well, my lady, looking down on it from the top of a Welsh mountain, it does look little. Little and sort of tidy. All beautifully spread out before you like a green banner, with the River Wye running through it like stitches of silver. All higgledy-piggledy, anyhow, as though it had been threaded by an old drunk woman with a crooked bodkin. And the wind on your face so soft and gentle, you'd think it was the earth breathing. You can't breathe at all here in London. Good night, my lady.
Watkin, I should like to see your view.
I'd be very proud to show it to you, my lady. Good night, my lord.
Good night, Watkin.
Why haven't you told me about Watkin before?
I don't know. Why should I?
But you mustn't just take him for granted. He's wonderful.
I suppose he is.
But he's not quite real. He's sort of magic. I believe he's Merlin.
He's a damn bad cook. Have a sandwich.
Thank you. Why does he dress like that?
Well, he's not a butler at all, of course. He's a gamekeeper. We tried him in a black coat, but it didn't work. He said to put an old countryman in clothes like that, except on Sundays, was worse than trapping rabbits in a gin.
But how cruel of you to bring him to London.
No, he suggested it, insisted on it. When we had to sell the shooting at Llandrian, the man who bought it had his own keeper, so there's no longer a job for Watkin.
Couldn't he have got a job somewhere else?
Of course he could, but he won't leave Papa. And we have to let the house every season. That was a condition of the purchase. So when the shooting season begins, Watkin and Papa become sort of displaced persons, and up they drive to London, cursing and grumbling and singing dirty songs in Welsh.
Isn't it a bore having to let your home to other people? Don't you hate it?
Well, I'm stuck here anyway, but it's a bit wretched for Papa. Still, we charge a hell of a rent for the house, which helps.
Oh, dear. Such a pity, isn't it?
What particularly?
That we're all so poor nowadays.
Papa says they ought to put church mice in Trafalgar Square instead of the lions. He wrote a letter to the Office of Works saying that because of the present penal taxation, a church mouse was nowadays more symbolic of courage than a lion. And as it was an animal indigenous to Great Britain, was therefore more suitably patriotic. He didn't get an answer.
What a shame.
Now he's written to the College of Heralds saying he intends incorporating a church mouse into his coat of arms.
Thrifty. That's what we've all got to be. Jolly thrifty. I'll have some more champagne while the going's good.
You shall in a moment.
In a moment?
Come here.
Max, why haven't you done that before?
Lots of reasons.
Haven't you wanted to?
Oh, of course I have. You know that.
Well, then why? How long have you wanted to kiss me?
I think all my life.
That's very sweet, but not an answer.
All right, then. Ever since the moment I heard someone say, "Do you know Susan Creel?" And you smiled and said, "How do you do?" and held out your hand. Then and there, that very instant, in front of everybody. And ever since, I've thought of nothing else except taking you in my arms and kissing you.
3 whole weeks.
And 19 days.
You bowed rather stiffly, like a waiter.
I had a glass in one hand and a plate in the other.
You didn't even speak.
I was a dumb waiter.
You just stood. I didn't think you were quite right in the head. Oh, why have you waited 19 days? I've been so worried I kept thinking of those ghastly advertisements. Oh, Max, darling, Max, why have you kept me waiting? You see, I was right. I knew I was right. Oh, you wonderful pink magic, gorgeous stuff. You never fail, do you? But this time, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now, half a minute.
Quickly, darling, give me some more champagne. No, don't. No, I don't need any more, but you have some. Where's your glass? Please have some. Lots more. Open another bottle. Oh, Max, darling, I love you so much. Do you love me? Tell me you love me. Please tell me. I know you love me, so you might as well say you do.
Yes, I love you. I love you very much.
Oh, don't be so solemn about it. It's such an exciting, astonishing, gorgeous feeling. Perhaps you've been in love before. I never have. I've tried to be for years. I've tried to imagine what it's like, but I never guessed right because I never guessed it made you so happy. Oh, Max, I am so happy. Tell me you love me again.
No, first I've got to tell you something else.
No, tell me you love me first, please.
All right, I love you. That doesn't mean I'm just mad about you because you're pretty and attractive and desirable. It means I really love you. And because I love you, I want to marry you.
Max.
Now, don't interrupt. It means if I did marry you...
When, darling? Soon.
It means if I did marry you, I should want more than anything else in the world to be a reasonable sort of husband. More than making a lot of money or being a success or important or making friends and influencing people. I'd want to make you happy. I'm a selfish man. And I should lead a very selfish life, because to make you happy would keep me happy. But once you were mine, I'd be rather particular that you stayed mine.
Always, my darling, always. You didn't want me to take the beer, did you?
No, my love.
Oh, darling, I've never been so happy or excited in the whole of my life. It's like Christmas Eve and Christmas morning rolled into one because you're still somehow excited and looking forward to something you've already got.
Now, wait a minute.
I wish there was someone to congratulate us. Let's go and tell Watkin. Come on.
Now, wait a minute, please, Susan. There's nothing to congratulate us about yet.
We just got engaged. That's enough, isn't it?
We're not engaged.
Not engaged? You've asked me to marry you, and I've accepted. That's getting engaged, isn't it?
Usually, yes, but not this time.
Why not?
Because, oh, Lord, because you can't be engaged to two people at the same time.
What did you say?
I said you can't be engaged to two people at the same time. It's not criminal like bigamy, but I imagine it's illegal.
You mean you're already engaged to someone else?
I'm afraid so.
Have you gone out of your mind?
Jolly nearly, yes. I suppose that's why you thought I wasn't quite right in the head the first time we met. I wasn't really dumb. I just couldn't speak. I could only stare. I kept thinking, what have I done? That girl over there's the person I want to marry. And I've gone and asked somebody else.
Oh, Max. When did all this happen?
About 6 weeks ago.
Only 3 weeks before you met me. Oh, darling, how could you?
How was I to know I was going to meet you?
I don't know, but you ought to have done. Were you in love with her?
Yes. No, of course not. Well, I mean, I thought I was, till I saw you. Oh, Susan, darling, I'm so terribly sorry.
Anyone can make a mistake. I don't really see it's your fault. Who is she? Do I know her?
Yes, I think you do. She's a girl called Jennifer Wren.
The journalist?
Yes.
Of course I know her. She's a darling.
That's what she said about you, oddly enough.
Oh.
Susan, you do still believe I love you. Don't stop believing that, just because I'm engaged to someone else.
No, I won't. But somehow it doesn't seem like Christmas anymore. Well, what happens now? Where do we go from here?
Well, I thought I'd talk to Papa about it tonight. He'll know what to do. He always does. Oh, Susan, darling, don't look so miserable. It'll be all right. And, you know, Romeo was madly in love with Rosaline when he first met Juliet. I mean, it's happened before.
How does that help? I want a honeymoon. I don't want to wake up and find you dead beside me in a tomb.
Oh, my love. Oh.
Oh, sorry, I must be early.
Oh, hello, Papa. Yes, you are a bit, aren't you? Do you know Susan Creel, my father?
How do you do, Lord Hewlyn?
No, not how do you do. You've got it wrong. You should say, hello, how are you after all these years?
I'm so sorry. Have we met before?
Certainly, but you've aged considerably. I think you were 10. Have you still got a white Pekingese?
Getting very old now.
Called Moonbeam?
That's right.
He was given to you because for some reason you couldn't go to Switzerland with the rest of your family. I think you had mumps.
Right again.
And your middle name is Noel because you were born on Christmas Day.
How on earth do you remember that?
I lost an umbrella at your christening.
Well, you seem to know an awful lot about me. And all I know about you is that you sing dirty songs in Welsh.
Max, I think that was very wrong of you. Yes, it's bad luck having our birthday on Christmas Day, but you know, I believe you can change it by deed poll or whatever it is. I rather think Robert Louis Stevenson swapped his with some child he knew who was unfortunate enough to be born on Christmas Day. I tell you what, you can have mine. April the 17th. Would you like it?
That's very sweet of you, but...
I'll write to Somerset House in the morning. I see you've been drinking champagne, so have I.
Have some more.
Thank you.
You must have won, then.
Yes, thank God.
Where have you been drinking champagne?
At the zoo.
Watkins said you were going to the cinema.
Well, after staring at 3 grumpy old men playing bridge for 2 hours, I couldn't stand more faces. I wanted something kinder, gentler, and the only places to find those are the zoo or the Battersea Dogs Home. They don't have a bar at Battersea.
Where did you dine?
I didn't. I had a sandwich.
What kind?
Sardine.
Oh, we'll have another.
No, thank you, no. I say, this champagne's very good, isn't it? We got much of it.
Another bottle.
Well, let's open it. We'll drink to our new birthdays. Do sit down, Susan.
No, I must be off, I'm afraid.
Oh, please, not just yet.
I was just going when you came in.
I thought it looked more as if you were planning to stay.
Besides, Max wants to talk to you.
I'd sooner talk to you.
Thank you. But I want Max to talk to you, too.
Am I wrong in supposing all the talking I shall do is to congratulate him?
Quite wrong.
Then I'm very disappointed.
Goodbye, Lord Hewlyn, and do be nice to him.
Well, I always am. Give my love to your mother and father. Are they in London or up north?
They come down next week. Max, telephone me in the morning, will you?
I'll come and find a taxi for you.
No, I'm going to walk.
Then I'll come with you.
To the front door, that's all. I'll send him back in a minute, Lord Hewlyn. Thank you again.
Whatever for?
April the 17th. My new birthday. Will it make us older or younger?
Whichever you like.
I think older.
I was afraid you'd say that. But certainly, most certainly, whatever you wish.
I must say you're very obliging.
We try to give satisfaction, my lady. We have a very pretty line in Wedding Days, if you're interested.
Not today, thank you. Perhaps some other time.
When we are married, we'll have sausages for tea. Sausages for tea. Sausages for tea. Pum, 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 pum. Well, Max, she's a pretty girl, isn't she?
Yes, Papa. I think so.
Oh, yes. Funny, she had no looks at all when she was 10. Come and sit over here and bring the bottle. I've got your drink here.
Oh, good.
I thought perhaps more of this champagne would comfort you if I should fail. Fill to the brim the sprightly bowl, naught but wine can cure the soul. I like sprightly bowl, don't you?
Do I seem in need of comfort?
Yes. Now drink up and tell me all about it.
Well, I'm in a bit of a mess, I'm afraid.
Well, who hasn't been at some time or another?
Well, not a bit of a mess, really. A hell of a mess.
Well, then we must get you out of it. That's my privilege.
Yes.
No, I mean that. I've always supposed that someday you'll come to me looking unhappy and muttering those well-known words. I'm very gratified and flattered that you have. And believe me, my dear boy, my anxiety at the moment is for neither the extent nor degree of the folly or felony you may have committed, but whether I shall prove competent to get you out of it. I'm hoping it's something simple and straightforward like grand larceny or incendiarism, but I've a horrible feeling it's something to do with Susan Creel.
Yes, it is. I don't quite know where to begin.
Well, you drink and I'll begin. She's in love with you, that's obvious. Are you in love with her?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes?
You want to marry her?
Yes, very much.
Splendid. I think she's enchanting. Well, now, let's see. There won't be any objections from her parents. We haven't any money, but who the hell has? So what can be the obstacle? Why do you need champagne, comfort, and fatherly advice? Is she engaged to marry your greatest friend?
No.
No, I've seen no announcement. Oh, my dear boy.
I think you're getting warm, Papa.
You're secretly engaged to our sister.
No, not her sister.
But someone.
Yes, that's it, I'm afraid.
Well, I'll be damned.
Well, I don't see what the hell's so funny about it.
No, you wouldn't. So I think I must tell you. I never intended to, but I really think I must. I was just about your age when I did the same thing.
What do you mean?
I tell you, I did precisely the same thing.
What?
But mine was far more tricky. The engagement was announced, so was the date of the wedding. It was to be a big wedding, a full treatment.
What happened?
I met your mother. Oh, how I wish she were alive. Heavens, how she'd laugh.
Well, then what happened?
My father got me out of it. I hope this sort of thing doesn't become a family tradition.
How did he do it?
Well, it wasn't easy. We got a couple of doctors to say that for the good of my health, I should go abroad immediately. I resigned my commission, renounced all thought of marriage, nobly released the lady from her promise, and went to Switzerland for a year. Your grandfather insisted I shouldn't waste my time doing nothing, so I was made to study the manufacture of cream cheese. I can't say the knowledge I acquired has been of any lasting value, but scandal was averted. However, just because you got yourself in the same soup that I did, I see no reason why you should follow my example quite as far as the cheese.
Well, I'll be damned.
Well, that's the first time I've heard you laugh for a fortnight now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I been a bore?
No, certainly not. But it's been obvious something's been worrying you. I didn't ask any questions because I thought you'd probably tell me when you felt like it.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? To be in love with a girl one minute and the next to realize you're not, and you've simply got to marry someone else. I mean, I'm an ordinary, rational, sane sort of person, and yet I behave like a lunatic. I feel awful about it. Somehow I can't feel it's my fault. I should, I suppose, but I don't. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Well, of course it's not your fault. And, of course, it's extraordinary. Falling in love has always been extraordinary. If it hadn't, it would have died out when the world was still young.
Might have saved a lot of trouble.
No, I can't agree with you there. If the human race had gone on reproducing itself without being inspired by love, just mating like animals at certain seasons, we'd never have got further than a duck-billed platypus. I saw one this evening. It was horrible.
Oh, I don't know. It seems to me falling in love gets you into trouble. Causes unhappiness, problems, upheavals, suicides, the lot.
Well, there's no alternative that wouldn't be quite unbearably dreary, and anyway, we're stuck with it, so why not enjoy it? I did.
Well, I must say it's a hell of a relief to hear you did the same thing, Papa.
Well, it must be. If I hadn't, you wouldn't be here. Now, tell me about this girl you promised to marry.
Her name's Jennifer Wren.
Jenny Wren. That sounds unlikely to start with. Did she make it up, or is it her own?
No, it's her own. She's a journalist, Australian.
A variation on an old theme. Say I'm growing old, but add, Jenny kissed my son and heir. I like Australians. How long you known her?
Oh, 18 months, I suppose. Not well until this summer. She was staying with the Cuthbertsons in the south of France at the same time as I was.
Ah, that moonlit Mediterranean.
Yes. At the end of 3 weeks, I came home, and Jenny went on to Venice to cover the film festival. We were going to wait till she got back before we announced our engagement. I was going to tell you, of course, but I didn't have time.
What do you mean you didn't have time?
Well, the day after I got back, I met Susan.
Oh, I see. And Miss Wren returned today?
Yesterday.
Well, my dear boy, the whole thing's perfectly simple.
Huh?
I can't see we want any doctor certificates or Swiss francs or anything else. Thank God, because how you get Swiss francs without English pounds is the kind of currency infringement I don't know much about. I could write to the Treasury, I suppose they'd know. But I can't see there'll be any trouble at all. The thing to do is to go and see Miss Wren, be perfectly frank, and explain. We'll say we realize you've behaved very badly, you're terribly sorry and distressed about it all, but there it is. You've fallen in love with someone else, and will she release you? Why, people are doing it all the time. No one thinks anything of it nowadays.
I've done that.
Well, what'd she say?
She said she'd sue me for breach of promise.
Oh. Oh, well, of course, that makes a difference, doesn't it? Watkin? Hot glasses.
Very good, my lord.
And when Miss Wren arrives, I shall nip upstairs and you'll show her in here. That'll give her a moment or two to compose herself.
Compose herself?
Well, she may be a little nervous.
Shall I offer her something to drink?
I don't see why not, do you? She'll probably refuse it anyway.
If she's nervous, would you like me to try and put her at her ease, my lord?
I don't think we want her in any way confident, Watkin. We'll just give her time to comb her hair and fix her face. That's being quite fair, I think, without giving away any advantage.
May I make a suggestion, my lord?
What's that?
Beer for lunch, not hock. We want to seem as poor as possible, don't we? Hock's too affluent.
Yes, I see your point. On the other hand, I doubt if I'm capable of talking this girl out of suing my son on a bottle of light ale.
I don't suppose you'll do that whatever you drink, so why waste a bottle of hock? Breach of promise cases appear in the Queen's Bench Division, I believe, my lord.
Oh, shut up.
Before judge and jury. Amount of damages decided by the jury. Better to settle out of court, you mark my words.
What the hell with?
Yes, my lord, but strictly speaking...
What?
With what the hell, my lord.
Rather jolly, isn't it, that barrel organ? He's sort of merry.
As merry as a marriage bell, my lord.
Watkin, stop teasing me. I'm not in the mood. Hello? Yes? Yes, it is. Oh, good morning, Geoffrey. Well, you've been very busy. I've been waiting over an hour. Well, you've got so many shady clients these days, you've no time for respectable people. Now, listen. We're in a little trouble. Breach of promise. Well, of course I'm serious. No, not me, you ass, Max. Well, when can I see you? This afternoon? Well, let's say 3 o'clock. No, I can't make it before. I've got the girl coming to lunch. Well, the girl. One's going to bring the action. What? Very unwise? Why? Well, I want to see what she's like. I'm going to try and talk her out of it. Well, don't imagine I'm looking forward to it. Stout shoes and bristling with pencils, probably. Well, you never know with young men nowadays, do you? Oh, don't be so pompous. Anyway, I can't put her off now. She'll be here in a minute. All right, 3 o'clock. Oh, Geoffrey, tell me. What'll it cost? I said, what'll it cost if she wins? I know it all depends, but give me a rough idea. What, as rough as that? Yeah, well, 3 o'clock. Goodbye. There she is now, Watkin. Go and let her in. I'm going upstairs.
Very good, my lord. Oh, good morning, Miss Wren.
Good morning.
I'll tell his lordship you are here.
Oh, thank you, Watkin. You are Watkin, aren't you?
Yes, miss.
I thought you must be. I've heard a lot about you.
May I get you something to drink?
Oh, thank you, yes. I think I'd like a gin and tonic.
Very good, miss.
Oh, do you think I could possibly use your telephone?
Certainly, miss.
That is kind of you.
Here's your drink, miss.
Thank you, Watkin. Hello? May I speak to Mr. Winter? Miss Wren. Thank you. Johnny? Jenny here. I'm fine, thank you. I thought I'd better let you know I may be a few minutes late. What? Oh, I've got a lunch date, and the traffic's ghastly. Oh, I suppose you'd call it a business lunch. It's with Hewlyn, Max's father. Hmm? Why should it be unwise? Oh, what nonsense. That's very old-fashioned and pompous. Well, it's too late now. I'll see you as near 3 as I can. Goodbye.
I'm so sorry, Miss Wren. How very rude of me to keep you waiting.
How do you do, Lord Hewlyn?
I do apologize. I had no idea you were here. I hope Watkin looked after you.
Oh, yes, thank you. He made me feel quite at home.
Oh, good.
Which, of course, come to think of it, isn't quite what you wanted, is it?
Oh, I see what you mean. Look here, I brought this crossword down to show you. Here's the most extraordinary coincidence. Look, 7 across. Who, if embraced by the pioneer of vaccination? Now, I must tell you, the pioneer of vaccination was Jenner. Now, if embraced by Jenner. Jen, if, Do you follow?
Yes.
Jenner with if in the middle. Jennifer. You see?
Yes.
Well, isn't that rather odd, don't you think?
Well, let's see how much you've done. 1 across, that's an anagram of is a flea fit, which is affiliates.
Oh, is it? Oh, yes, of course.
And that Milton quotation is saintly.
Well, it fits, yes.
It's Comus, isn't it? So dear to heaven is saintly chastity, that when a soul is found sincerely so, 1,000 liveried angels lackey her.
You look it up?
No, as a matter of fact.
Well, you've done it already, have you?
Mm.
You finish it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, I've been rather busy. I only glanced at it at breakfast.
Really?
Now, let me offer you a drink.
I've got one here, thank you. Watkin gave it to me.
Oh, good. You've just come back from Venice, haven't you?
Yes.
And what was it like?
Well, haven't you ever been there?
Oh, not since before the war.
Well, it hasn't changed since the 15th century, so I expect it's more or less as you left it.
Will you have a cigarette?
I've got one, thank you.
Oh, how silly of me. I didn't notice. What a lovely day, isn't it?
Yes, isn't it? I expect it's a sunny interval.
Well, it was all right this morning. Well, good luck.
Thank you. You don't really mean that, do you?
Mean what?
To wish me luck.
Lunch, my lord.
Ah, Watkin. Now, what have we got in the stop press today?
Well, there's the brown Windsor soup, of course, fried fillet of plaice and chips, grilled sausage and bacon, roast beef and Yorkshire, lamb chops, shepherd pie and toad in the hall.
Oh, now, how do you get the evening paper to print your lunch in their midday editions? Oh, that really is press service.
Apple pie and custard, cabinet pudding, biscuits, and choice of cheese.
Do you feel like the soup? Brown Windsor?
No soup, thank you.
For you, my lord?
Not for me either. Now then, fish or the beef? Chop or toad in the hole? I can't recommend the shepherd's pie, I'm afraid.
I think a chop, please.
A chop, Watkin, and I'll have the beef.
Apple pie and custard or cabinet pudding?
Cheese, please.
Cheddar, cream, or Danish blue?
Cheddar.
I'll have the cabinet pudding.
Spoken like a true Tory.
Will you be taking coffee, my lord?
Please, Watkin.
Black or white?
Miss Wren?
Black.
Large or small?
Small.
Mine or theirs?
Theirs.
Very good, my lord.
Don't look so mystified. He's a very poor cook, so I have my lunch sent in from the public house next door. It's very convenient. Watkin gets the menu sometime during the morning, I give my order, and they just hand it over the garden wall at the back.
What a marvellous idea.
Tell me, Miss Wren, what part of Australia do you come from?
New South Wales, the New England district.
How very confusing.
Why?
Well, it's so geographically misleading.
Why, isn't your Welsh Pembrokeshire called the Little England beyond Wales?
Yes, how right you are. I think you should go up top, Miss Wren.
Thank you.
May I give you another gin and tonic?
Oh, no, thank you. I want to stay on top.
You know, your namesake has always been a great favourite of mine.
You mean that little bird?
Little Jenny Wren. She's so dainty, and they have the most delightful customs. At nesting time, the male bird builds sometimes as many as half a dozen nests. Then he shows them to Jenny, and she chooses the one she likes the best. So kind and generous, I always think. Then Jenny sets to work and lines the inside of the nest. She's rather gay and likes bright colours. It's a charming domestic rhapsody, don't you think? I'm talking too much. That's a sign I'm nervous.
Oh, really? I always stammer.
When you're nervous?
Yes.
Why aren't you stammering now? Aren't you nervous?
Not a bit.
I find that very disappointing and rather annoying.
Oh, perhaps when you've finished your drink you'll feel better.
Yes. I don't know why Watkin laid hock glasses. You'd like some champagne, wouldn't you?
Whichever you prefer.
Well, I got half a bottle here. We'll split that, shall we?
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Ah, good. Here's our lunch.
I'm sorry, my lord.
Why is that, Watkin?
A stupid mistake on my part.
How's that?
I understood you to say that you'd be drinking hock.
Oh, that's all right, Watkin. We all make mistakes at times.
So it appears, my lord.
You needn't wait. We can look after ourselves.
Very good, my lord.
Lord Hewlyn, why have you asked me to lunch?
I wanted to see what you were like. I wanted, if possible, to find out what you were like. And I wanted to persuade you not to bring this action against my son.
I see. Well, that's very frank.
Well, now perhaps you'll answer me a question. Why did you get engaged to Max?
What a strange thing to ask.
Not at all. You're obviously not in love with him.
Why do you say that?
Because if you were, you'd want him back. And you wouldn't start trying to get him back by suing him. And because, if you forgive me, jilted young ladies with breaking hearts don't usually look as radiant as you do.
Surely the pointed issue is not if I am in love with Max, but that he is no longer in love with me.
Ah, but he thought he was at the time. I don't think you ever did. He's practically no money, so why do you want to marry him?
I like him immensely, and I find him physically very attractive. I think those are better reasons for marriage than falling in love.
What makes you say that?
Because I've been in love.
And what happened that time?
He made me utterly miserable for 3 years. He was worthless, idle, and absolutely untrustworthy, and I adored him. The reason I wanted to marry Max is very simple. I should have enjoyed making him a good wife. Not only that, the idea of marriage appeals to me. Companionship, security, background, children. That seems a better way of life to me than being single. Single. It's a lonely word, lonely, empty, incomplete. Besides, I think you always want to have a shot at something you think you'll be good at. I think I'd be good at marriage. Have I answered your question?
You have indeed. And you're not prepared to forgive Max his mistake and call it a day?
I'm prepared to forgive him, yes. Not to call it a day.
Why not?
I've told you I'm very fond of Max. I want him to be happy. If I can't make him happy, I suppose someone else will. But there's also my happiness. I admit my heart's not broken. At the same time, I've lost the chance of what might have been a very happy life. I think I deserve something in return for that.
You do?
Yes.
How much?
Are you thinking of trying to settle out of court?
Certainly not.
Because I've been advised not to. My lawyer considers a jury would probably be more correct in their assessment of damages than you and he would.
Do you think you have sufficient evidence to convince a jury?
So my lawyer says. Letters, of course, and all the witnesses.
Witnesses?
About half a dozen. All the people who were staying with the Cuthbertsons at the same time as we were.
Miss Wren, I hope you will forgive what I'm going to say.
That depends on what it is.
Max usually speaks the truth to me, and last night he told me that you and he had not been lovers. He may, of course, have considered that on this occasion he was justified in not telling me the truth.
No, he told you the truth.
Have you thought of the publicity a case like this would get?
Yes, of course I have.
That doesn't deter you?
Not a bit.
Do you mean you wouldn't mind?
Oh, I don't mean that at all. I should absolutely hate it.
Well, then.
But not nearly as much as you would, or Max, or Susan Creel, or Susan's mother and father.
That's a damn pretty hat you're wearing.
I'm glad you like it.
Well, I'm not. I don't intend to let you get away with this, and I should find it a great deal easier to be antagonistic if you hadn't got a pretty hat.
I don't see how you're going to stop me.
Nor do I, yet. But don't underestimate me, and remember I'm Welsh and extremely cunning. The Scots think they're canny, and the Irish brag about their blarney. Good Lord, in the Kingdom of Wales we'd learnt all there was to know about that sort of thing when Scotland was still a forest and Ireland was full of snakes.
Is that a challenge?
Not a challenge. A kindly warning. You know, I'm most interested in this question of equality of the sexes. Equal pay and so on. I imagine your income is larger than Max's.
Yes, I dare say.
You have a car?
Yes.
A flat of your own?
Yes.
An expense account, holidays with pay?
Yes.
Well, Max has none of these things. It seems, once again, that some are more equal than others.
Or more successful?
If you prefer it.
I take it you disapprove of career girls.
I dislike the expression, career girls. To me it suggests something grasping, struggling, predatory.
Just because they work hard and earn their own living.
No, that's splendid, of course. No, it's just the expression. It's worse than housewife. You know, before the war, a married woman was called a wife, which implied that she had a husband. Nowadays she's called a housewife, which somehow implies she only has a gas ring and a kitchen sink. We're the Brontes, career girls, do you imagine? But I was going to say, in spite of earning more money than Max, you still feel justified.
In bringing an action against him for breach of promise?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
But don't you see that this precious equality, this great 20th century emancipation of women which your sex has so relentlessly pursued and so unfortunately achieved, it's not cockeyed when something like this happens because you immediately start shouting for privilege again.
You're the one who's shouting.
A young man jilts a girl, and you expect the world to say the fellow's a blackguard, serves him right if she takes him to court. A girl jilts a young man, and you expect to hear, "Oh, poor child, but how fortunate she found out her mistake in time." You're exerting your privilege this very instant by forcing me to apologize for shouting. The whole situation's intolerable.
I think it's delicious. But you must agree that in the case of breach of promise, we're justified in claiming the privilege of the weaker sex.
Why?
Well, we must, how shall I say, preserve our right of way in case we're wronged. Besides, it's a biological instinct.
Well, how do you mean?
Women have babies, Lord Hewlyn.
The fact remains, Miss Wren, that morally you're not entitled to 1 farthing from my son.
But legally a great deal more, I think.
Legally, you can deny your debts if you're a minor, plead the Gaming Act, or turn Queen's evidence. That doesn't say those actions are morally defensible.
I've come a long way, Lord Hewlyn, from that small town where I was born in New South Wales. And since I was 15, I've made the journey alone. Now, don't be alarmed that I'm going to inflict my life story on you, nor that I'm going to arouse your sympathy. I just want you to realize there I was, with no parents, no money, no home. Only a brother in the army who was still overseas. And here I am now, well on my way, drinking champagne in a rather pretty hat. But, and it's a big but, you may dislike the expression career girl. Believe me, I dislike being one. I've been one long enough, and I've seen other women who've been at it longer. And 6 weeks ago, I saw the chance of the future I've always wanted, with someone to look after me and take care of me, so that I wouldn't have to struggle any more or ever again be lonely. It was as if my fairy godmother had waved her wand and my whole life was suddenly changed. I was inside the palace, not just looking through the gates. The music was playing, and as I danced with Prince Charming, he asked for my hand in marriage. He was handsome, kind, and attractive, and I was very happy. And very proud, too, because I'd never had a fairy godmother to wave her wand. I'd done it all myself. I think both legally and morally, I'm entitled to compensation when Prince Charming changes his mind and decides to live happily ever after with somebody else.
Cinderella's father was, of course, the Baron Stonybroke. However, that's not the point. The point is that when my father died, I had to sell 15,000 acres of my land to pay death duties. That's all right, that's fine. Tax the rich to help the poor. Perfectly right, and hurrah for the welfare state. But I'm in the hapless position of being accounted the rich, and am in fact the poor. By living economically and making certain personal sacrifices and letting my house for 6 months of the year, I just about managed to fulfill my responsibilities as a landlord. But I am by nature a rather self-indulgent person, and I make those sacrifices for my tenants, Miss Wren. Not for you. I'll tell you why. I have tenants whose families, generation after generation, have been paying rent to my family since before the Reformation. We've shared the same wind and weather, the same mists and rains, the shadows in the valleys and the sunlight on the mountains, the same sights and sounds and smells and seasons of the year, the same songs and the same silences, and the same churchyard when we die. And sometimes, when a girl was pretty, we've shared the same bed, which accounts for the fact that Watkin and I have the same dissolute great-grandfather. So you see, the little money I have is needed. And you can bet all Lombard Street to a China orange I won't let you get hold of 1 penny of it if I can help it. You look very serious. What are you thinking?
I was thinking how lucky it was for me you told me you were cunning.
How disappointing. I had a feeling you were about to capitulate.
Certainly not. But I think if we're going to bet, we should shorten the odds and reduce the stakes. I'll lay you a bottle of brandy to a bottle of scent. I beat you.
It's a bet. I say we've let our lunch get cold. Oh, but that could never have been beef, surely, even when it was hot.
That must be the toad in the hole. I expect the beef was off. Now, just to show you that sometimes I am kind and generous, you can have my chop.
No, we can't eat that. This is a lunch party, not a suicide pact. Come on, we buy some sandwiches and have a picnic in the park.
Oh, it might rain on my hat.
Well, then, what's the most fashionable restaurant? We'll go there.
I'm not going to let you waste money on me like that. The little money you have is needed.
It would not be waste, and it's still my money, Miss Wren.
That's for the jury to decide. We'll go to the grill, where I can sign a bill, and we can have it on the expense account.
Really? Do you mean that?
Yes, of course.
How splendid. Do you know, I don't think I've ever had a meal on an expense account.
Then you're what's called a sucker, Lord Hewlyn.
How perfectly splendid. Well, the poor have soup kitchens. Why shouldn't business executives have their grill rooms? Now, come on, drink up. It's getting late, and I've got an appointment at 3.
So have I.
With who?
Surely that's my business.
Is it, by any chance, with your lawyer?
As a matter of fact, it is.
So's mine. Did you tell him you were lunching with me?
Yes, I did. He was rather annoyed.
But so was mine.
He said it was very unwise.
But that's what mine said.
I told him not to be so pompous.
Well, so did I. That's exactly what I said. Oh, Watkin, we don't want that coffee, and you can clear away.
Isn't your lunch to your liking, my lord?
He's had a better offer, Watkin, and we're going to take a free lunch off a press baron.
Liberty, equality, and the expense account.
Equality of the sexes.
I don't see why not. I don't think I've got enough money for the taxi. Watkin, you got any money?
I'm sorry, my lord. End of the week.
Will this help?
What? Oh, well, thank you, yes. Well, I owe you a pardon. Come along.
Hello? Yes? This is Lord Hewlyn's butler speaking. Who is that? Oh, his lordship is not at home, I'm afraid. I can't say. No idea at all. Very good.
Hello, Watkin. Did I hear you say Papa wasn't in?
No, but he said he'd be back for lunch, my lord.
Who was that on the telephone?
One of the evening papers.
Oh.
That'll be the photographer back again. He's been waiting half the morning for you, swilling beer next door. A generous little fellow, though, mind. Offered me a sovereign for a picture of you as a baby.
Oh, probably owe me £1 then.
Oh, no, I don't. I couldn't find one of you, so I gave him one of myself.
Oh, hello, my darling. Watkins just on his way down to let you in. Come along, darling. We thought you were a press photographer.
Oh, Lord. Have you had them too? I bought you a red carnation.
Oh, thank you, my angel. How very sweet of you.
It's not sweet at all. It's just that I'm in love with you, and it's a lovely morning. Not that I've had one. A lovely morning, I mean. First Mummy, then Daddy, then both.
Saying what?
Quite a lot. Have you seen this paper? Listen. Quite London's gayest party last night was given by Mrs. Lansbury Gordon. Guests were not admitted unless they were dressed in red, white, and blue, which made the dance floor not only attractive and colourful, but so patriotic. Lady Susan Creel said it reminded her of Coronation Year. She's brilliant, that girl. Never misses a thing. Once again, she danced mostly with Lord Plynlimmon, and what a romantic-looking couple they make. Friends are expressing surprise. Their engagement has not yet been officially announced. That's nothing to what Mum and Dad are expressing. But you can expect it any day now, they say. Lady Susan was among the first to leave. She has to get up early to take her white Pekingese Moonbeam for his run in the park. How nice it is these days to find the younger generation with a real sense of responsibility towards their friends in the dog world. Now, isn't that the full up, Chuck?
Nonsense, I think it's charming.
And I know who wrote it, the son of a friend in the dog world. Don't laugh, Max.
I'm sorry, my darling, I couldn't help it. The thought of you scampering across the green grass, the wind in your hair and the dew on the ground, Moonbeam with asthma, and you with a hangover, to those who know and love you both, it's very funny.
It's not funny, and I don't have hangovers. It's damn serious and worrying. I don't mind being made to look a fool in that sort of way, but I'm fed up with friends are expressing surprise their engagement is not yet announced.
Yes.
And the press ringing up and asking if we can confirm the rumour, and Mummy saying if you absolutely insist on marrying somebody without a penny piece, do, for heaven's sake, make him propose to you. It's high time, darling. People are beginning to gossip. And Daddy muttering, if you ask me, we'd better go back to Scotland and let the whole thing blow over. What are we going to do, Max?
Oh, my darling, I'm so sorry. So terribly sorry about it all. It's all my fault, and I can't bear you to be unhappy about it.
We ought to be so happy. So wonderfully happy, not miserable and unhappy. It's a month now, and what's happened? Nothing. Why? Why doesn't she do something?
Jenny? She's been away for the last 10 days. Before that, she did plenty.
In what way?
I've told you, she organised all this publicity for us and went...
I don't believe it.
But of course she has. She's got a hell of a lot of friends in Fleet Street. Everyone likes her. Of course she's organised it. And when she thinks the limelight's really focused on us, she'll come back from Brussels, pretend she hasn't seen any English papers and heard the rumours, slap in a writ for breach of promise, and let the whole story break all over the front pages. Oh, very clever. Very, very clever. Instead of being the nice little obscure couple we were a month ago, she's turned us into two well-known people. We're practically celebrities. And when the case is heard, we'll attract national attention and interest. My behaviour will appear perfectly infamous, the jury will be wildly prejudiced in her favour before they're ever sworn in, and she'll be awarded thumping damages. She's got the initiative. She knows we can't do a damn thing until she makes the first move.
Supposing we said to hell with her and announced our engagement today?
That'd be even worse. She'd get her friends to write up her side of the story and retire in headlines to a nursing home with a nervous breakdown.
Then we'll have to make up our minds we've just got to jolly well pay.
That's a split infinitive. It should be to pay jolly well. And that's precisely what we did make up our minds to do. I haven't told you before because I kept thinking she'd accept and the whole thing would be settled. Papa saw her 3 times before she went away, and each time he offered her more. She's knocked him up from 1,000 to 2,000, and he's absolutely hopping mad.
Have you got £2,000?
No, but it doesn't matter because she turned it down flat.
I wonder if Daddy would cough up a bit. Or perhaps if we got married very quietly, and I didn't have a trousseau and we didn't have a honeymoon.
Now, don't be so damn silly. Of course we're going to have a honeymoon and a trousseau and everything else. And you're going to look the most adorable bride that ever walked down an aisle. Oh, darling, I simply can't go on saying I'm sorry over and over again. It's too like playing tennis at the vicarage. But you do know how I feel, don't you? I can't bear making people unhappy. And to make someone you love more than anything in the world unhappy is too awful.
It's no more your fault than it is mine.
Of course it is. I've made an absolute first-class bog of the whole thing.
But what are we going to do?
Well, heavens knows, I don't. Papa keeps saying he'll think of something and not to worry, but personally I think she's got him tied in a bow. She knows perfectly well that after all this blasted publicity, we daren't let it come into court. The press would tear us apart. Tear me apart, I should say.
Who'd care, anyway?
Your family, they'd care a lot. Pa would care, and so would you.
I shouldn't. You know I wouldn't.
You don't want to marry someone who's been smeared all over the picture papers as a love cheat. No, she's turned the glare of the limelight on us, knowing we can't face it. It's a damn cute, high-powered form of blackmail, and we'll have to pay whatever she asks.
But why is she doing it? I can't believe it's just for the money. The few times I've met her, she seemed such a nice person.
Nice? Oh, she's a little ruthless Australian ruffian with no scruples or morals and without a shred of decent feeling. And one day I'm damn well going to tell her so.
Talking about me, I take it.
Oh.
Hello, Jenny. How are you? We didn't hear the bell.
Oh, I'm fine, thanks, Susan. Simply fine.
When did you get back?
Last night. Had a marvellous time. Oh, hello, Max. Oh, I say, you've lost all your lovely suntan. What a shame. It was so becoming. You ought to get a lamp. Perhaps I'll be very sweet and give you one as a wedding present. Well, now, I suppose I must congratulate you two.
What the hell on, I'd like to know?
Oh, don't be cross, Max. On your forthcoming marriage, of course.
I don't know how to thank you.
Don't you? I thought I'd made that quite clear. I really came to see your father. Watkins said he'd be in shortly, so do you mind if I wait? I'll go for a walk and come back if you're dying to be alone.
Sit down, won't you?
Oh, that is kind. Thank you so much. Where do you suggest?
Anywhere you like.
I think the mattress. Now, tell me, what have you two been doing?
As if you didn't know.
Oh, what on earth do you mean, darling?
You know exactly what I mean.
I only know what I read in the papers.
What you write in the papers, you mean?
Oh, nonsense. They don't waste me on gossip columns. I didn't see the English papers in Brussels, but I must say you were having some lovely publicity before I left. And I adore that picture of you sitting on the stairs somewhere. I think you were laughing, Max. Or maybe you were yawning. Anyway, your mouth was open.
Why have you been so wicked, Jenny?
I haven't been wicked, Susan. Only cunning, I think, was the word your father used, Max. Not about me, of course. About himself. He thinks he's awfully cunning, and he's rather proud of it.
And you think you're just that much more cunning than he is.
That's it. That's exactly it. Oh, I wish he'd hurry up.
Why? Are you embarrassed?
Not a bit. I just thought he'd probably offer me a drink.
Oh, well, I'm awfully sorry. What would you like?
A gin and tonic, please.
Susan?
Not for me, thanks.
Oh, come on, Susie. I'm not going to drink alone.
Max will have one.
Oh, he's in such a temper he'd probably do the nose trick. Oh, what fun. I do wish he would. Oh, Max, be a darling and do the nose trick for us.
You were right, you know, Jenny.
What about this time?
We were talking about you when you came in. I'll tell you what I said. I said you were a ruthless little Australian ruffian without scruples or morals or decent feelings. Here's your drink, and I hope it chokes you.
No, you're the one we want to choke. Ah, lovely. Thank you. Now, I wonder...
What do you wonder?
Is that slander or libel? I never remember which is which, do you? I say, I wish you'd put it in writing. That'd be splendid. Then I'd really have you on toast. Or do you think I'm doing all right as it is?
You're not to tease him, Jenny. It's unfair.
Yes, I think you're right. So I'll drink to him instead. And to you, Susie. I hope your marriage will be a tremendous success, and that you'll both be very happy. I mean that, which you can believe or not, as you please.
I believe it, and I think it's jolly sweet of you. And I'll drink to it, too. Give me one, Max.
What about you, Max, darling? What do you believe?
Amongst other things, that you're a crook. A greedy, rapacious, blackmailing crook.
Oh, what horrid words. What's rapacious mean?
You ought to know. You're a journalist.
Ah, but not on that sort of paper.
All right, then, I'll tell you. Seizing, grasping, like a beast of prey when it's very hungry.
Oh, dear, that's very unkind. Blackmailing, yes. Not greedy or rapacious. You'll see how wrong you are when you know why I've come here. Then you'll be sorry you've been so beastly.
Why have you come here? Just to twist my tail?
I've told you to see your father.
Is he expecting you?
No.
Ah, then he'll probably be rude to you, and I shall be delighted. What do you want to see him about?
I shan't tell you till he gets here.
I think I can guess.
Oh, no, you can't.
Well, here's to us.
Oh, come on, Max, darling. What about the nose trick?
I shall do nothing of the kind.
6 weeks ago, you'd have done anything for me. Oh, how wonderful. He's done it, Susan.
Which of you has poisoned my son? Susan? What are you doing here, Miss Wren? I thought you were abroad.
And hoped, no doubt, behind the Iron Curtain.
Precisely. When did you escape?
Yesterday.
Oh, pity. What's the matter with Max?
He did the nose trick with his drink. It was angelic of him because I asked him to. But of course I never thought he really would. Oh, Max, you are obliging. Has simply made my day. Oh, are you all right now?
You know what you are, don't you? You are a little...
Max! You're not to call her that.
He's just called me a greedy, rapacious, blackmailing crook.
And he was perfectly right. But I won't allow him to call you what he was about to call you just then. I'm selfish enough to wish to reserve that pleasure for myself.
Are you all right, Max, darling? Don't be cross. I wasn't laughing at you. It was just that the whole situation was so funny.
Jenny, in spite of all you've done, I've never hated you till now. Look what you've done to my new tie.
Well, now perhaps you'll be good enough to tell me why you've been turning my sitting room into a four-ale bar.
It was all my fault, I'm afraid.
I'm quite sure it was, Miss Wren.
And I'm very sorry, and I apologize. Oh, please don't be angry.
Oh, I make far more noise than that when I'm angry. Max, if you're going to continue such disgusting drinking behavior, we shall have to put sawdust on the floor. I'm not sure it would be an improvement anyway. Remind me to tell Watkin. Susan, my pretty, how are you?
It's hard to say. I don't think I really know.
Well, you look adorable. Give me a kiss.
Lord Hewlyn, I hope you didn't mind my coming round without telephoning first.
Not at all, not at all.
But I was passing, and I wanted to see you rather particularly.
Well, of course, of course. And now you know your way here, as they say. If you're ever at a loose end on a Sunday, do drop in. I'm always here, I never go away. London's so pleasant at weekends, quite empty. You know, I can't think why pedestrians don't live in the country and weekend in the cities. The road casualties have dropped 60%. Then I suppose the motorist would grumble and say it wasn't sporting.
Oh, dear, I'm so sorry.
So you should be, but what about in particular?
I've made you nervous again. You're talking too much.
Papa, Jenny said she came round because she wanted to see you particularly.
Why, yes, of course, how silly of me. I'm so sorry. Tell me, what was it you wanted to see me about, Jenny? I beg your pardon, Miss Wren, I should say.
Oh, that's all right. You may call me Jenny if you like. All my friends do.
Then I think I'll continue to call you Miss Wren.
Oh. You said he'd be rude, Max. You were right. Perhaps I'd better go.
No, please.
Darling, Max and I have been simply bursting to know why Jenny came round, and she simply wouldn't tell us until you arrived. Now, will you ask her, please? Nicely.
But of course. Please, will you tell us why you came round and what you wanted to see me about? Or would you like to see me in private?
No, I want them to hear it too. Max, your father and I have had a bet.
What about?
The outcome of this case. Who'd win? He had what he considered right on his side. I thought it was on mine. He was quite sure he'd win. I was equally determined I would. In the process of making quite sure I should win, I have had to employ methods which I admit may have seemed a little unfair. That at the beginning was never my intention. But your father, so confident that his cunning would defeat me, rather forced my hand. Well, now that I have won, I'd like to be quite fair again.
Are you sure you've won?
Oh, quite sure. You're in a position now where you daren't go into court, and can only accept the terms which I dictate.
Through your ingenious blackmail.
Oh, thank you. I particularly like the word ingenious.
More than cunning.
Much more than cunning. But I never meant to hurt either you, Max, or you, Susan.
In that case, why have you...
And I'm not going to be vindictive and make you suffer because your father was rude to me just now. Besides, as I told you, I hope you'll be very happy. And I've no intention of spoiling your chance by smearing you all over the front pages and making you start your married life with a nasty scandal wrapped round you. No, no, no. I've always intended to win. I've always known that I should win, but not in a dirty way like that. And that being so, I've decided to accept your offer, Lord Hewlyn.
You mean you'll settle out of court?
I never meant to do anything else.
Oh, thank God. Susan, darling, it's all right. Everything's all right.
Oh, Jenny, darling, how wonderful.
And to show you I'm neither greedy nor that other horrid word, Max, I accept your first offer, not your second.
What do you mean?
I mean I accept £1,000, not 2.
Why?
Because that's the amount I always had in mind. I only beat you up to 2 for fun.
Oh, I see.
And the bet, of course.
What was the bet?
A bottle of brandy to a bottle of scent.
Jenny, I suppose I must say thank you.
You needn't if you don't want to.
I don't. I mean, I do want to. This is a little harder to say.
What?
Well, I suppose I've got to congratulate you, too.
You're a little previous, Max,
How do you mean?
because she hasn't won.
Of course she's won.
No, not yet.
What?
Well, why hasn't she won?
Because my offer is no longer open.
Oh, my God, have you gone out of your mind?
Not out of it, changed it.
Of course, that makes a difference.
Well, really and truly, Max, say something, do something.
Of course it's still open, Jenny.
It is not still open, Max.
Supposing I say that it is?
I shall repeat that it is not. Now, please don't cry, Susan, darling, and don't worry. And if Max is going to behave like this, I think you'd better take him out to lunch. And see he doesn't shout with his mouth full.
If that's how you wish it, Lord Hewlyn, I shall tell the press on Monday morning that I've been engaged to Max since last August the 22nd.
Quiet,
And that we hope to get married quite soon.
quiet.
I'll give you one more chance.
No.
And you realize what it means.
Oh, yes, certainly.
I'm sorry, Susan. I did my best. Max, it looks as though I'm forced to crack that very old joke. I'll be suing you.
Now then, are you two going out to lunch? Because if you don't think I'm rude, Susan, I'm going to be rather busy.
I don't think you're rude, Lord Hewlyn. I think you're crackers.
Papa, do listen to reason.
By that, I suppose you mean listen to you. Very well, but at the moment you don't appear to be reasonable. You're highly excited and rather angry.
Well, I think I'm entitled to be angry. Jenny makes a jolly generous offer which would settle the whole thing without publicity or scandal, and you kick it straight back in her teeth. Susan and I have been on tenterhooks for weeks, and now we've got the chance to fix everything. You go and ruin it.
No, I haven't. And I promise you I won't.
Well, how can you say that? Of course you have. Can't you see how desperately important it is? It's my life, my whole future happiness, and you're tossing it about as though it were a pancake. Don't you care what happens?
Yes, of course he cares.
Thank you, Susan.
Well, it doesn't look like it to me. Good heavens, you'd have accepted this offer 3 weeks ago. Why turn it down now?
I've told you I've changed my mind.
Why?
Now, you mustn't think your happiness isn't more important to me than everything else in the world. When you first told me all about it, I promised you I'd get you out of it. You mustn't think I'm going to break that promise.
Well, then, get hold of her and say, thank you very much, we accept.
I'll get in touch with her, I promise you that. Now, give Susan some lunch and come back here afterwards. I'll have some news for you then. Susan, darling, please don't worry and do trust me.
I do. But I can't think why. Come on, Max.
Oh, all right. But if I don't come back, you can take it we've eloped.
Well, that would be clumsy and inconvenient, and you wouldn't get any wedding presents.
I don't want wedding presents. I want a wife.
Hello, good morning. This is Lord Hewlyn speaking. Hewlyn. Hewlyn. No, Lynn. L for leather, Y for mother, N for lope. What? Oh, sorry, you don't know that one. L-Y... Hewlyn, that's it. Well done. I want to speak to your editor, please. Which one? Well, how many have you? Oh, well, put me through to the biggest you've got. I think you'll find he'll want to talk to me. Thank you so much. And call me up sometime. I'll teach you the rest of the alphabet. It's rather fun. Hello? Yes, this is Lord Hewlyn speaking. Good morning. I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Oh, that's splendid. Now, you've been telephoning me up quite a bit lately. Yes, quite. Well, now, I thought you'd like to know that my son is going to marry Lady Susan Creel. What? No, I haven't told anyone else. Not yet. Not even them. Yes, I thought you would. Now, tell me, will that be in your evening editions? It will, good. What time will they go out? About 4 o'clock, splendid. One other thing. Will it be fairly prominently featured? I'm anxious no one should miss it. On the front page, that's splendid. Thank you very much. Now, wait a minute. Don't ring off. I've got something else that might possibly interest you. Well, as a matter of fact, it's my own engagement. To a Miss Jennifer Wren. Yes, it is. Quite a coincidence, isn't it?
£7:00. Where is he? What's he doing? Vanished without trace since lunch.
Oh, please, darling, don't look so forlorn.
I'm not forlorn, Susan. I'm frightened.
Oh, dear. And this should be such a happy day. We're officially engaged. It's all in the evening papers.
I can't help that. I'm terrified. I really think Papa must have gone off his head. It's the only possible explanation. Do you know, I've always trusted him so completely all my life. He's always been there to talk to about things and help and advise, and he's gradually made me think he's infallible. And now he does a thing like this.
Well, anyway, it's in the papers now that we're going to be married. Surely that's something. It's a step further, isn't it?
Oh, it's a step further, all right. We've stepped right up to our middles in what must be one of the filthiest puddles since Dr. Foster went to Gloucester.
I don't care. Nothing matters at all except that you love me and I adore you. I do, you know.
Darling, don't try and cheer me up. I'm beyond it. I keep visualizing headlines. Pretty journalist engaged to both father and son. Plaintiff claims huge damages. Peer pleads insanity.
Can't I have a headline, please? How about ex-Deb says love will find a way?
I think that's really our only hope.
What, love will find a way?
No, insanity. We must get him certified. Lord knows it shouldn't be difficult.
Oh, darling, we couldn't.
Well, I don't know. It might be better than...
Better than what?
Well, I mean, I suppose what he's done isn't criminal, is it?
I haven't a clue. I shouldn't think so. I'll ring up Daddy if you like. He'd know.
No, I don't think that's a very good idea.
Why not? He's awfully knowledgeable.
Just because he judges sheepdog trials doesn't make him a legal expert, does it?
I was only trying to help.
They're still outside, you know.
The photographers?
Yes. When Papa comes back, if he does, he'll walk straight into them.
I hope they took some good ones of us.
You know, it's when you say things like that I really know how much I love you.
Oh, my sweet. Why? Tell me.
Because if anybody else had said it, I'd want to hit them over the head with a bottle.
Don't be so beastly.
I'm not. I'm being affectionate.
Where on earth can he have got to?
Oh, God knows. Breaking into a bank, maybe. Or blowing up Parliament.
Perhaps he's fed up with people again and he's gone to the zoo.
Not a word. Nothing. No explanation, no reason, no excuses, nothing. I came rushing back after lunch and he'd disappeared, vanished. Just an envelope with threepence in it and a note saying, buy a paper at 4:00 and let me be the first to congratulate you. Love you both, Papa.
You don't think we ought to ring the police?
Let sleeping dogs lie and wait till they ring us. I can remember saying to him how I wanted it all to be wonderful and perfect for you, and how I'd mucked it all up and made a mess of it. And he said, nonsense, old boy, don't worry, we'll sort it out. He's certainly been sorted out all right.
Any good trying to get him at his club again? He might have gone back there.
Oh, well, I'll try.
Wait a moment, I've got an idea.
What?
Supposing I go round to Jenny and try and talk to her.
Oh, no. What the hell about, anyway?
I could find out her reaction.
Oh, no one's in any doubt about that. Vengeance is mine. I will repay.
Oh, rubbish. She's not a bit like that.
Excuse me, my lord. I thought you'd like to see the other evening papers. They've all got the story now. Front page, all of them. I got 3 copies of each. Nice for you to keep, I thought.
Oh, how kind. Thank you, Watkin. That was nice of you.
Be interesting for you later on. For the family records, I thought.
Family records? It's a world record.
It reminds me of the time your father went off to Switzerland.
He was lucky.
Lot of fuss then, there was.
Oh, if that's a press... Oh, can you see from the window, Susan?
No, it's not. It's Jenny.
Jenny? Well, what can we do? We're trapped.
Perhaps you'd like to go to my little sitting room downstairs, and I'll show Miss Wren in here. I expect she's come to see his lordship anyway. Come on now, quick.
Thank you, Watkin. Come along, darling.
Well, I must collect my things.
Mustn't keep her waiting.
Coming, Matt.
Oh, Miss Wren, I'm afraid his lordship isn't in.
That's all right. I can wait.
Yes, do come in and wait. You know the way, don't you? I'm sorry I wasn't quicker opening the door, miss. I had some milk boiling over.
Doesn't really matter.
Those photographers have been waiting there for a couple of hours, miss. What a life. Always hanging about where they're not wanted.
Well, it's their job, after all.
Worse than poachers, I reckon them. You can prosecute a poacher. You can't do a thing with these young devils. Do you want your picture in the paper, miss?
No, Watkin, I can't say I do.
Well, there you are. What's the difference between taking your photograph and taking your salmon? Both are your property. And to take them without permission must be stealing, and the law ought to be altered. Can I get you any refreshments, miss?
No, thank you, Watkin.
Well, I'm expecting his lordship very soon. You shouldn't have long to wait.
I'm not in any hurry.
I suppose it's the announcement of the double engagement that's caused all this hullabaloo and excitement outside?
Yes, I suppose so.
I'd like to offer you my congratulations, miss. But if you don't mind my saying, it's his lordship, I think, is the lucky one.
Thank you, that's very kind of you, but I don't think you quite understand the position. I dislike being made a fool of, and when I am, I don't expect to be congratulated about it. But you weren't to know, and it's not your fault.
Oh, I didn't mean to say anything to offend you. If there's anything you want, will you ring, miss? You wouldn't like a nice cup of tea, would you?
No, I don't think so, thank you.
Give me a hand with these parcels, will you, Watkin?
My lord, how did you manage to get into the house without those young, thieving, poaching devils flashing their lights in your face?
Well, I rather thought they might be here, Watkin. So I stopped my taxi round the corner, went in the side entrance of the pub, and climbed over the wall at the back. Very simple, except for these packages.
Well done. Well done, my lord.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. You don't appear surprised to see me.
Oh, you're wrong, I am. And not only surprised, but delighted. I've just been round to your flat to deliver these packages, but I could get no reply. Now I can give them to you here.
Well?
Well, what?
What have you got to say?
No, mine can wait. You're the angry one. You better start.
How dared you do it?
I suppose because I'm very brave.
Suppose I go straight to Fleet Street and tell them the whole story. What would you do then?
Go abroad, probably. So would you, I imagine. In an opposite direction, of course. But I don't think you will, somehow. Go to Fleet Street, I mean.
What makes you think that?
Well, you'd look such an awful fool, wouldn't you? I mean, it's quite bad enough being made to look a fool in front of Susan and Max and possibly Watkin. You don't want the whole country laughing at you, surely.
Why did you do it?
You know, now I come to think of it, I don't suppose I should go abroad. The father who sacrifices himself for his son is always a sympathetic character, isn't he? I'd probably come out of it rather a popular figure, don't you think?
Will you answer my question?
Why, yes, of course. What was it?
Why did you do it?
Announce we were to be married? Oh, for a number of reasons.
Well, I think I'm entitled to hear one of them.
You shall hear all of them.
All you can possibly hope for is a short delay in the proceedings. You must have realized instead of bringing the breach of promise action against Max, I shall now bring it against you.
Precisely. That was my first reason.
Why?
Because I decided I'd prefer you to bring it against me. At my age, any sensational publicity could only be beneficial. For Max, it would be harmful, and for Susan, hurtful. I wish to spare them that and make sure they'd be as happy as they deserve to be. Besides, aren't you forgetting...
I came here this morning, wanting to be friendly and determined to be fair. You were rude and ill-mannered, and refused my offer, which in the circumstances I think was a generous offer.
I agree entirely with all you say.
Well, if you thought it a generous offer, why did you refuse it? Oh, don't tell me, I'll tell you. Because you couldn't bear the thought of my beating you. It would have been such a blow to your unbearable self-esteem.
Ah, so you find my self-esteem unbearable. Now, I find your complete control of every situation, your usual complete control, I should say, not only unendurable and intolerable, but most unfeminine. I also decided I would no longer suffer the humiliation of being dictated to by you, and it was high time you were taught a lesson.
How dare you say it's high time I was taught a lesson? How dare you? Who the hell do you think you are? Pontificating over people's behavior and expressing your damned opinions and judgments right, left, and center as if you're Solomon in all his glory. And if you think I'm unfeminine, it's because I've had to lead a man's life.
Then you shouldn't be allowed to wear pretty hats.
Oh!
I can remember you telling me once you thought you'd be good at marriage. Not if you were militant and dictatorial and always on the winning side, you wouldn't be. Believe me, no husband's going to put up with an everlasting succession of crushing matrimonial defeats without ending up a wife-beater. That's the lesson you should learn, and I repeat, it's high time you did.
Yes, teacher. If you'd taken my offer this morning, there'd have been no scandal or publicity, and Max and Susan wouldn't have suffered in any way. And you'd have got off cheap at £1,000. As it is, I'll squeeze every single penny I can get out of you. There'll be no question of settling out of court this time. This time I'm angry, and I'll put you right through the hoop, And I'll make jolly sure there'll be a lot of people to watch you jump.
Really?
You think I won't? Well, Lord Hewlyn, you'd better think again.
I don't really see how you can.
And why not?
Because before you can bring a breach of promise action against me, I must refuse to marry you.
Well, you will refuse, so what?
Oh, but I shan't.
What do you mean?
What I say, I shall not refuse.
But you must!
Why?
Because it wouldn't be fair if you didn't. I'm stammering because I'm angry, not because I'm nervous.
Who's talking about being fair, anyway?
But you're supposed to be a gentleman.
Who wants to marry you?
How dare you say that?
Ow! Oh, my foot! Because it's perfectly true.
Are you
Proposing to you, yes.
No. Are you prepared to ruin my whole life for the sake of a miserable £1,000?
I don't think I should ruin your life. Oh, the pain. I'll never be able to use this foot again.
I'm going straight to Fleet Street, and I'll tell the whole story.
Oh, my God, it hurts. But never mind. It's simply splendid. It's the most feminine thing you've ever done.
I hope I've broken a bone.
I'm sure you have, and I'm enchanted.
Well, phone for a cab for me and an ambulance for yourself.
Now, wait a minute, please. I think you might at least consider my proposal of marriage.
If you mention it once again, I'll stamp on your other foot.
Well, that's a risk I'm prepared to take. I remember your saying to me when we first met that all you wanted out of marriage was a background and security and someone to look after you and take care of you so you wouldn't have to struggle anymore or ever again be lonely. Well, I think I could do all that reasonably well. If you'd been a romantic in search only of love, then, of course, the idea would never have entered my head. But as you're a business-like person wanting a practical marriage, I thought perhaps I might prove suitable. Now, as you already know, I haven't got very much money. However, I induced the trustees of the estate, by which I mean Max, to allow me a slightly more adequate income. Surely never before in this preposterous century has a father had to entreat his son to increase his allowance so he can afford to get married. I've also decided to send the 5th Earl to the United States.
What on earth are you talking about?
He was rather a hopeless sort of chap who fell at the Battle of Worcester. Well, slipped really, not fell. Being frightened, he fled the field and sought safety in the belfry of a church. Being also drunk, he slipped while mounting the stairs and broke his neck. Fortunately, before that shameful and ludicrous calamity, he'd been painted by Van Dyck. He'd leave a nasty patch on the library wall, but should fetch a sufficient number of dollars to provide you with a small income were I to make you a widow. Surely a possibility which adds attraction to the thought of marrying me. I must say you make the most adorable dowager.
I think you've made a fool of me enough now, and I'd like to leave.
Oh, can't you see that I'm the one who's making a fool of himself? Hoping someone as young and lovely as you would marry anyone as middle-aged and tiresome as I am. You've been very polite not to tell me so. Or do actions speak louder than words? You've no idea how difficult it is to buy roses and a bottle of scent on a Saturday afternoon. I also had to break into a bank.
Pity you weren't arrested.
No, my cousin's a chairman. But it involved an awful lot of telephoning to guards and watchmen and people. And the telephone booths in my club smell quite dreadful. It's the older member, so one can't very well complain.
I don't understand. If you bought me a bottle of scent, that means you think I've won. I thought you'd won.
But we don't know yet. I mean, the game's not over. If you marry me, then, of course, I've won. If you won't marry me, then you've won. I had to prepare for either eventuality. Now, these are what I had to break open the bank for. They're nice, I think. This would be your engagement ring. It belonged to my mother. You can have it reset, of course. What do you think? And this bracelet goes quite well with it. I'm afraid they want cleaning rather badly. On the other hand, if you will refuse to marry me, when you open this trunk full of roses, you'll find a cheque amongst them for £1,000. Then all you'll have to do is to put the roses in water, the cheque in your bank, wait 3 months and say the marriage between yourself and the Earl of Hewlyn will not now take place, and please to put a penny in the old man's hat. I don't think you can say that's trying to make a fool of you.
No. Well, that seems to be that then. And I'll take the roses. and say goodbye.
There's one other thing I have to tell you, which I've left to the last because perhaps it's only important to me.
What's that?
When I first saw you, I thought you were lovely to look at. When you first began to talk to me, I thought your voice was sweet to listen to. And everything you've ever said has made me fall in love with you. Well, now I will get you a taxi.
Is what you say true? Or just more of your Welsh cunning?
Of course it's true, every word of it. And I don't know how I'm going to live without you.
Then I don't want a taxi.
Why not?
Do you know something?
Very little.
The time has come when I've got to be honest with you.
But it won't make any difference. I shall still love you.
I told you I don't want a taxi. Oh, put that telephone down.
I will if you'll marry me. No. I was talking to somebody else. Jenny, you nodded your head. Well, look, I'm sorry. I'm not absolutely certain I want one after all. Yes, I'm very sorry, but I don't know what's going on either. I think it's high time I did. Well?
I said I'd be honest, so now I suppose I've got to be. After we'd lunched that day, I was on my way round to my lawyer to tell him I decided to drop the whole thing.
What changed your mind?
You did.
How?
I suddenly realized if I did drop it, I'd probably never see you again. And that would have been that. So I had to go on with it because it was so important I did see you again.
Why?
I liked you so much. And now, as well as liking you, I love you. And I want to be your wife more than anything in the world.
Oh, Jenny, I shall try so hard to make you happy. I'll take such care of you.
All you have to do is to love me.
Pa, are you up there?
You know, I've never been fortunate in romantic moments. The telephone rings, or midges bite me, or gondolier spits in the Grand Canal, and now, by God, my son comes barging in.
Oh, let's hide.
No, the whole thing would end in tears and bread and milk. Anyway, it's too late.
Are we interrupting?
Yes.
Would you like us to go?
Yes. Where have you been?
Downstairs with Watkin. We've been hiding, but we simply couldn't stand it another minute.
Why were you hiding? Were you frightened?
Well, of course. When we heard Jenny arrive, we fled. Well, damn it, Jenny, we didn't know what the hell was going on. We've been trying to get hold of Papa all the afternoon. We couldn't get him at the club, and when we telephoned here, all we got was the engaged signal.
Well, there you are. What more do you want?
Jenny, I simply don't know what to say. I think Papa's gone off his head.
What are you going to do, Jenny? Sue both of them? Are you the sort of people who refuse to believe all you read in the papers?
Because if so, you make a great mistake.
What do you mean?
I personally have always trusted the press. And they say I'm going to marry someone called the Earl of Hewlyn.
You're contradicted. Then what happened?
Oh, no jolly fear. I'm far too good a newspaper woman to kill a story as big as that.
But I don't understand. Susan, do you think they've both gone off their heads?
Don't be so dumb, my love. Can't you see what's happened? Oh, it's wonderful. Jenny, darling, congratulations.
Thank you, Susie.
Max, I told you I'd get you out of it. I thought, all things considered, this was the simplest way.
Do you mean the story in the paper is true?
Well, it wasn't, but it is now.
Well, I mean...
Go on, say something.
But it's... Jenny, you'll be my stepmother.
Not that, you ass. Congratulate them.
Oh, yes, of course. Jenny, darling, congratulations. I think it's marvellous.
That's what I think, too.
Congratulations.
Thank you, my pretty, the same to you.
You are clever, aren't you?
Not clever. Very, very lucky.
Papa, congratulations. Why have you got your shoe off?
We've been playing Hunt the Slipper. Come on now, we've got to celebrate. Max, you ring up for a taxi. No, you better not. The fellow's angry already. You and Susan go and get one. And tell those people if they want a picture, we'll be down in 2 minutes. Then we'll have the most magnificent party that ever went on Jenny's expense account.
Only on one condition.
What?
That Watkin comes too.
Right.
I'll tell him to put his slippers on. He can't dance in those boots. Come on, Susan.
All right, then. 2 minutes and no more.
Jenny, my darling. Say I'm weary, say I'm sad.
You're not sad. I'm here to make you happy.
Say that health and wealth have missed
Not
me.
health, and who cares about wealth?
Say I'm growing old, but
You're not old, my darling.
Jenny kissed me.
But I never have.
Then come here.
In Plaintiff in a Pretty Hat by Hugh and Margaret Williams, adapted for radio by Peggy Wells, the part of the Earl of Hewlyn was played by Hugh Williams. Jenny Wren, by Juno Tobin, Watkin by Einon Evans, Lord Plynlimmon, Michael Spice, Lady Susan Creel, Penelope Lee. The play, which was recorded, was produced by Norman Wright.